FA Cup night. That's right. Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 2. Goals by an unlikely Sokratis, scoring a wonderful volley. Eddie Nketiah scored a brilliant goal as well. And the man really putting it all forward together, Reiss Nelson. Now, I want to talk about Reiss, first of all, because Reiss is a player who is, he's obviously, we all know he's come from the academy. Last season, he went out on loan to Hoffenheim, and in Germany, he did really well. I mean, he was getting lots of plaudits from the German press, was in the same talks as the likes of Jadon Sancho, being like, that was the circle that he was being branded around, being the next young player to look out for. So he comes back at Arsenal and he hasn't really been that player. And I know, yes, injuries have hampered him, but tonight was the game that he really showed there's something more there, Reiss. I think he's shown everyone, he's shown Arsenal fans what he's capable of. 2 assists. 2 assists. I've seen Reiss Nelson so many times this season and he's looked lost. He's looked nervous. He's looked like he's not confident. And the way how he played today, particularly as the game went on, really showed me he has the confidence, showed that he has the quality, and showed fans out there what he can do. The amount of times he was driving forward, trying to create something. Again, similar to how I always criticize with Joe. End product, very shaky. And not really end product for him in terms of shooting, but end product in some of his passing could have been done a little bit better. But overall, a fantastic game for Reiss Nelson. And I just had to give up Reiss Nelson. Just big plaudits for Reiss and what he did with this game. I didn't see him being the one to create the chances, to be really honest. I thought, you know what, when you look at the team sheet and you see Saka, you see Martinelli, you see Eddie Nketiah, yes, you see Reiss there as well, and you see Joe Willock, you be thinking, okay, the goals are coming from Saka, Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah. That's what I'm thinking where the goals are coming from, or at least Eddie and Gabriel Martinelli. But none for Saka tonight, none for Martinelli. And the reason probably why that was just to do with the fact on how the Portsmouth players were. The Portsmouth left back probably just was not used to dealing with a winger like Reiss Nelson, who's quick, who's fast, technically really good, and had trouble dealing with him all game. And Reiss had his number, and there was nothing that he could do. But brilliant performance from Reiss with how he performed. I want to see more of that, and I think all Arsenal fans do as well. And then the cross that he did for the first goal. Ooh, Sokratis. I mean, I've got it on my Twitter, so do check that out at AFC Neomis. But how Sokratis managed to score this goal. I was watching it, and I had picked up my burger to eat my dinner. And it was scored like that. Just so quick, so powerful. There was nothing the Portsmouth goalkeeper could have done about that goal. Like, really good goal. Just, it's almost instinctual. So I give it up to Sokratis for that. He doesn't get many goals, and I think that's probably maybe his second or third goal within his Arsenal career, if that. So good on Sokratis for that. But then the goal that I liked the most was definitely the Eddie Nketiah goal. And I only say that because Eddie Nketiah, he goes out on loan on Leeds, doesn't play a lot of games, comes back and puts in a performance like that. Not only does he control it like one off, but then still manages, even after having 2 defenders around him and a goalkeeper, still manages to score the goal. And you know what? It was a bit of a rough goal. You thought, it looks a bit funny, but when you watch it in slow motion, look at all the highlights of the goal, you know that's a real poacher's, striker's goal that you have there in Eddie Nketiah. And I do have to say he performed really well, worked hard for the team, scored the goals exactly like what a lot of Arsenal fans want from Lacazette. Laka, what you doing? Like, you got to watch out. So, good performance from Eddie Nketiah on that one. And for me, I know the man of the match that was given by BT Sport was David Luiz. Yes, defensively he was solid on the pitch, but more importantly, I thought he was a real leader on the pitch as well. The way how he helped out Sokratis when needed, the way how he was a leader with Pablo Mari, who had his debut, so I thought he was pretty good. Didn't really do anything wrong. Of course, was probably outshadowed a lot by David Luiz and some of the other players. But the advice I watched David Luiz giving Reiss Nelson at the end of the game, where you could just tell he's the most successful player, like in terms of trophies and accomplishments that we have at Arsenal right now. Like, he is a leader in that dressing room. A lot of those young players look up to him. And that's what me as a fan, me as a concerned Arsenal fan, trying to see where our club is going to go, I like what I see. I really do. I like what I see in David Luiz. And yes, he's not the world-class defender that everybody might want, but he's a leader. And that is something that is difficult for money to buy. And I could more than happy to commend that. So, next round, we're through, and it's going to be difficult. Now, I was taking a look at some of the potential games that we had for the next round. So, we got Chelsea versus Liverpool tomorrow. You would say that Liverpool will probably win that one. Then Newcastle, West Brom, Newcastle for me. Sheffield United, Reading, Sheffield United. Then you got Tottenham, Norwich. Unfortunately, I'll have to go with Tottenham. Leicester, Birmingham, Leicester, Sheffield, Wednesday versus Man City. You go with Man City. And then Derby County versus Manchester United. And you're going to go with Manchester United. So really and truly, we've got, what, teams in the top 10? Sorry, we've got teams virtually in the top 10 right now. Or top 12 if you include Newcastle. That I predict is going to be left. And then Arsenal will get a team, unless we get Newcastle. Arsenal will be getting a team that will be a test for them. There comes the test for Mikel Arteta. We all know that this is our only chance to win a trophy, and to be really fair, it's probably one of the few chances that we're going to have to really get back into playing for Europe next season. Because I don't trust Arsenal's form, but it is a chance to win a trophy. And trophies are what it matters when in football. European football is great, but trophies are more important. So in the next few days, we will be hearing what this is in store for Arsenal in terms of the next round of the FA Cup. I'll be letting you guys know my thoughts once that happens, because that draw is sure to be very interesting. So guys, leave your comments below on what you thought of the game. Please continue to comment, like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.